Hello, Rams. We are here with Senior George Casas for the first edition of Ramblings, a radio podcast for the Reavis community. I'm your host, Principal Schultz, and I'm joined today by Division Chair Miss Jooste. Our format is informal, with the purpose of learning more about our Rams. George, we're excited to have you here. I first really had the chance to get to meet you at our Turnabout Day back in February, and I was just awestruck by your involvement. You just brought a great energy, not just to the day itself, but just me personally. I know Miss Jooste and I, we talked about this, about just what a great young man you are. So if you wouldn't mind just getting us started here, tell us all about yourself and what you've been doing at Reavis for the past 4 years.
Oh, well, thank you for having me first. I'm very excited to be on the first edition. Well, as you said, I am a senior, currently during the stresses of college. Just keeping up with all those AP classes, honors classes, all the homework. But yeah, it's been a very fun year. Currently preparing for AP exams, and
Were you just in some regional science competitions as well? Are you doing any extracurriculars?
yes, I am in a science club. So, like you said, this past weekend we were at the Science Bowl regional competition over in Chicago, and we came out in third place. So I was pretty happy to be part of that. Really proud of my team for coming out on top.
Okay, George, I saw a photograph that the Department Chair of Science shared, and can you tell me what your team won for doing so well in the Science Bowl?
Well, we actually won drones as part of our third place prize, which was really surprising. But we're really happy that we came out in third place. And yeah, we'll be having fun with our drones.
I was going to say, what are you going to do with your drone?
Well, actually, it was it was a pretty good prize to have because for AP Stats class, we're going to be doing a music video, and I'm planning on using that drone for a music video.
Well, that is very cool. We might have another podcast that we need to do, Miss Schultz. You talked so much about how busy you are, AP classes and homework and all this stuff. When we met on Turnabout Day, one thing that I was wowed by was your astrophotography. So I'm curious how you found time for that and if you can tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I have many, many hobbies. Sometimes I can't even get to them, but astrophotography has been one of my most, one of the best hobbies that I've ever come to. And I started over the summer. I bought a telescope, camera, and just started taking pictures of the sky. But yeah, it's been a tough experience. There's a deep learning curve, but I think that anyone can do it if they put their minds to it. I have a busy schedule, but I tend to try to balance everything. So for anyone out there looking for advice, time management skills are really important, especially when they're advancing to college, looking into newer colleges. Keeping good time management skills are really important.
I'm so glad you said that because Miss Jooste and I were talking about your post-secondary plans. Life after Reavis, it's hard to believe it's coming to a close just in 2 short months. Where are you going? What are you doing? These hobbies, this talent, these fantastic grades, all these things that make up who you are. Tell us where the future holds for someone like you.
Well, yeah, it has been a very, very quick year, especially the senior year, with all the events coming up. But I have been looking into U of I, which offers an amazing course in astrophysics, and that's something I really want to get into. I've loved it ever since I was a kid, and I don't think I'll ever be able to give it up. But hopefully it will all work out. So
So have you been accepted at the University of Illinois?
Yes, I have been accepted.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's great.
I have been accepted, and I've actually been to a visit this last weekend as well. And they talked a little bit more about their engineering courses, tours. So yeah, if you're ever looking into a college or anything, visits and tours are such an important part in picking colleges.
That's great advice.
Love it. So for our audience that's listening today, they're just getting just a glimpse of what we have gotten to know over these past 4 years with you, George. Any advice, any memories, any shout outs to one of your favorite teachers or coaches over the year? What would you like to leave Reavis? What impression would you like to leave them with?
Well, one thing for sure is that it's never too early to think about college. I started to think about college since freshman year, and I haven't stopped at all. But I do think that it's good to cherish your time here at Reavis. Reavis has one of the most amazing faculty members, and I think without them, I wouldn't be here where I am. So it's just a huge thank you. Thank you so much for everything that you have provided for us, all the students. But yeah, thank you.
Well, from Burbank to Champaign, this RAM is really going places, and I want to thank all of our listeners for joining us on this very special first edition of the Ramblings. To our Communications Club, Mr. Faust, the lead director this time for the episode, Miss Jooste, and especially to our senior student, George Casas. We will see you next time, but until then, once a Ram, always a Ram. Better together.